wokeness just never stops now, does it? At least it sometimes gives us good entertainment in the form of things that are so hilariously stupid you just cannot help to laugh. And this time, it is Devil May Cry. Not surprisingly, you all knew it, you saw it coming, Netflix series. Because leave it to Netflix to literally take everything that's cool, based, and fun and just make it into some kind of slop pastry that just gets shoved down your throat because reasons. Really, really beautiful. And it makes you think. It makes you think how people can be this absolutely godforsakenly stupid, honestly. By choosing to make something as simple as demons, you know, the bad things, the things that are kind of inherently evil, and you don't have to question it, and say, oh, but look at that, they're immigrants, actually. Yes, because this is where we are. And when you thought that probably the peak of political commentary is gonna be Freeren evil Nazi demons actually somehow good in Freeren Journey's End, right? But no, we now have this, and this kind of just like ups the ante, and I did not ask for it.
In the span of a single week now, we have seen two entertainment entities with developers that appear to side with and sympathize with literal demons from literal hell.
It could be me! It could have been me!
It's weird that that has happened twice. Period. For it to happen twice within the same week is frankly, let's be
I think it's poetry.
honest here, the only way to actually explain this is that God loves art. And so, as he realized that in the future, art would need a second data point to back up his claim that the developers of Trench Crusades were actually, unironically, identifying with the demons more so than they are with the Christians. And people were going, oh, that's nonsense. Of course they're not identifying with the literal rape demons. Nobody would ever do that. God's
Except a surprising huge amount of liberals. It happens. I mean, everyone could just accidentally identify them as a evil demon.
steps in and reinforces Archer's position. Never mind the fact that this would require a fair bit of foreplanning, of course, because again, it's God. He's omnipotent.
I look at this and all I can think is from Rings of Power. The orc with the family. I can't.
He saw that I was going to need a second data point, and he teed this one up for me. As in the Devil May Cry anime that dropped the other day, we see America invading hell, and this is portrayed as a negative act upon a poor, defenseless native civilization of
Demons,
brown
evil.
Yeah, pretty much brown
Well, of course the demons are gonna be brown.
people. This is literally the bug posting version of media literacy of no, the arachnids are actually brown people, therefore you should be sympathetic towards them in opposition to that
Never forget the orcs from Lord of the Rings. They're just misunderstood.
vile, evil, libertarian state, the Terran Federation. I see. We have actually passed beyond bug posting now. We are on unironic demon posting. Twice. We have leveled up, and far more rapidly than anyone would have expected. But, okay, we already talked about the whole identifying with evil part, which is very much so what's going on in the Devil May Cry anime as well. It's America bad, humanity bad, very explicitly so. As, well, the bunny from Alice in Wonderland, which brings on a whole lot of other dubious connections. Again, if you know the backstory behind the rabbit and the going down the rabbit hole thing, you will see that this is a potentially bit of a spicy choice, but details. He wishes to merge Hell and Earth together.
Hell and Earth is already merged together as far as I'm concerned.
So that he may rescue the brown people from their oppressors. Except, of course, by merging the realms together, the demon oppressors would simply just pop on over to Earth and continue oppressing the brown people, and the toxic atmosphere they're suffering from would also just kind of merge with our own, and they would continue to suffer.
Listen, okay? My emotions say that that's a problem for future. Not now.
Yeah, the whole doing this to rescue the brown people part of the plotline doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. And in essence, the villain just goes like, okay, I just want to destroy the world. What do you want from me? I'm a cartoon villain. Fair enough, I guess. And you know, I don't actually...
You know what's my unironic favorite thing about when people try to defend this absolute clownfoolery? It is the most elevated argument ever, and that is, oh well, I wanted a sophisticated story, not something as simplistic as Demons Bad. Yep, that's literally the best argument they have. The reason why this trash pile is not a trash pile is because you just don't understand the fine arts of sophisticated storytelling, because now, you don't want everything in the world to be gray and or bad. Yeah, it's on you, buddy.
I hate the anime itself. I think the anime was fairly good, deserving of its current rating of like, what, 7.0 on IMDb? Yeah, you know, an average show these days, in essence. The animation quality is good, the action is excellent, the voice acting ranges from really, really amazing to serviceable, so that's a bit of a weak spot.
The lady character is god atrocious and awful, obviously, in this, by the way.
And the music. Okay, so I said I liked the Devil May Cry anime. That may be a little bit of an exaggeration, because I think the main thing that hooked me in is the music. It's not even that much of it. As when I was watching it, I was thinking, man, I kind of just want to go back to watching Smallville, which I'm rewatching now, and I'm liking a lot more than Devil May Cry anime. But still, they've got music. They've got Papa Roach in there. They've got Green Day. They've got Limp Bizkit doing
Jesus.
the intro. Oh, that's a blast from the past. I'm sorry, but it does tickle my entire political platform of return to the 2000s. Or late 90s in the case of Limp Bizkit, but you get my drift. The show has this weirdly confused mix of 80s, 90s, 2000s with current year politics. It's really weird. And doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Nor do you really need to pay attention to it, you know.
This character is supposed to be absolutely insufferable, and obviously the point wasn't that. You were supposed to kind of like this because it's like, this is a character like, oh my god, we are the baddies, which no one obviously interprets that way, because the people who made this, well, compasses don't even work when you put them in their hands because obvious reasons. And yeah, I mean, what did you expect?
Flashy bang bangs, and of course it's got all the problems of a modern show in that Dante isn't actually the main character. Lady is of course the main character. She's on screen far more than Dante, and Dante just kind of shows up occasionally to be like, hey Dante, your blood might destroy the world, and could you sword find that demon over there, because we do need you to fulfill your contractual obligations, basically. Other than that, it's Lady doing most of the actually important and cool looking stuff. Oh well.
I mean, did you expect anything else? She is a woman that don't need no man in this case.
Also, Lady catches herself dead naming the demons and stops. It's like, you gotta take the the people out of here. This is over one interaction as well, where she sees demons.
Man, that's wife material right there. Insane.
Demon civilians going like, no, we're just demon civilians. What? Do you mortals think we all demons are the same?
Evil. Pure evil.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah. But no, the demons are innocent. There's even an episode where they completely change the art style into a far more cartoonish, sympathetic one and play soft, tragic music so that you can go, oh my god, they're just brown people in need. No, they're demons. Stop this. Listen.
Demons deserve rights. Let's make a protest for that.
I have a reputation to maintain here when it comes to brown people. Okay, a reputation built up over many years, but you're making me feel deeply sympathetic towards them because we've compared them now to genocidal space insect whose
almost based, by the way, in a way.
only drive force appears to be the murder of the entire human species and demons from hell.
Well, don't forget orcs from D&D are now literally Mexicans. Yeah, you did thought Rings of Power is doing a fantastic job with orcs. No. There's competition.
I just can't. I can't compete with the level of progressive racism on display here.
I could, but then I would be removed from YouTube promptly.
I can't. It's too much. It's just too much. I imagine the Austrian painter.
Listen. We are probably at this point like 2 months away from someone making a thesis about Shelob being the savior of Africa or something like that. Or representing maybe Africa or something like that. Or maybe Mexico. I don't fucking know. Pick one. But yes.
Right now is living his own best life in the deepest, darkest pits of Beelzebub's backyard, and also looking up at this and thinking, verdammt, I could have done better. Jesus. What is wrong with entertainment today? I swear to Jesus. But, okay. America then invades hell because there's literally the vice president going, God demands me to do this. And apparently heaven isn't a thing in the Devil May Cry universe. Bear in mind, I know next to nothing about the Devil May Cry universe, so I may be incorrect in that. But demons do appear to be legitimately evil in that universe. Just straight up, actual literal demons from hell. And so, yes, no, America cluster munitioning the demons is a good thing. Absolute good thing. And hell, okay, even if we ignore the occasional innocent demon, the majority of the population appears to be made up
Occasional innocent demon.
of building block-sized monsters that eat everything they come across, and the legions of the doomed and the damned waging war against one another under the reign of, well, Satan, in essence. Yeah, it seems like we really should be invading this place. In fact, it seems as if anything, the
I mean, it seems kind of honestly pointless to invade. Why just not fucking nuke it?
Americans were kind of holding back. We need a lot more nukes deployed in hell, sir. But the portal was fairly small, so I guess you couldn't, fit a nuke in there. And even worse still, Skull. Okay, why is all this happening? Why is the bad rabbit man from Alice in Wonderland attempting to destroy both worlds? Well, it's because the humans...
Hey. I'm gonna make a prediction for this. It's because the plot is stupid, nothing really makes sense, and it's just a random reason because demons good, humans bad?
Made him do it. The humans were mean to him. See, he only wanted to immigrate a literally endless amount of demons from hell into America. The humans objected. Bigots. Damned bigots. God damn. And so he grew upset and just wanted to kill everyone. Which also makes a lot of sense. I'm doing this to save everybody. What? You're resisting me? Well, mutually assured annihilation it is. The plot does not make a whole lot of sense. It's not a very good story anime, to put it.
Of course she thinks all demons are the same. Are they not?
Very, very mildly. But the entire idea that we now have sympathetic stories towards demons, I genuinely believe that this is because we...
need story complexity. Demons can't be evil. I need them to be a shade of gray so I can relate to them. Because I need a complex story where no one is evil and conflict doesn't actually make sense, but somehow it does. And, you know, like, what is the, what can you even do about this? Nothing.
We have reached the logical end of the progressive moral dichotomy here, their moral compass, their moral pyramid. We have arrived at absolute evil. We can't go any further. We have nothing more inimical towards Western society and our basic ideals of good than actual demons.
Historians are gonna look back this and they're gonna identify that pretty much honestly all of this started from one fat loser talking about freedom being fascist. I made a response video to that. So many people made a response video to that. It's actually hilarious. And that is like the catalyst moment where demons good, dead humans killed by demons somehow bad. Oh man, what a time to be alive.
And as we've talked about on multiple occasions, the end goal of progressivism, basically heavily founded on the Gramscian idea of undermining the entirety of Western society, is to erect pillars of anti-values. Is to take everything good that we have and sweep it all away and replace it with the exact opposite in order to see our society collapse so that glorious communism, comrade, may finally rise from the ashes and the revolution be deployed. This is the logical endpoint of that. This is the map position of that. It is reaching the worst, sickest, most depraved thing you can, and then going...
But it was
right.
good.
We're going to have to make a moral case for this now. This is again why I argue that inevitably the progressives will be taking up map rights and held them largely.
I mean, yeah, everyone that like a mile away. The truth is that has already been the case. Anyway, oh, that was ArcCast. 10 out of 10. Bye.